I thought it would be time to give a quick update on the Tractiva, a kind of tractive update. It looks a bit different, things have changed. Some would say this is an improvement. That's mean. So it's still kind of damaged here. It didn't magically fix itself when I took off the remains of the bumper and the bonnet and the wing and everything like that. It's still very bent, but so far, other than one little tiny crease here, and I don't know if it's possible that that's normal. It's possible that the other side's got that. I don't think it will. I think that little, I mean, we're talking a little tiny kink there. Other than that, looks great actually. Looks really good under here. There's no rust. It's pretty straight. Yeah, no, it's made progress. Haven't cleaned it yet, but the wing is off. The whole front panel here, which went across this bit, is plastic, kind of like a fibrous type plastic, and that's gone. I mean, to be fair, this corner of it had gone anyway. Yeah, that had gone in the accident, but now the rest of it has gone. The spider that was living in it has been evicted. The radiator pack and everything is the next thing that's got to come out, but that is like the fan. That's broken. As we can see here, the radiator is dead because that is the top hose and where it fastens to the top of the radiator. It is detached, probably because of the other than that, yeah, as I say, it's looking okay. There's a lot that can come out with this. We've had 2 Saturdays so far on this car, me and the kids, so it's not, you know, as I say, I'm not going to be filming everything that goes on, but I'll kind of be doing sporadic updates, and then maybe there might be some jobs that aren't something that we do on a Saturday. There's something I do in an evening or something like that, because it has got to progress. But yeah, it's coming on okay. There have been some doings inside as well. It's not just the front end. Some weight saving has already happened. As we can see here, lots of weight saving, in fact. No seat, which means the driving position is very much because race car. Yeah, I think it's going to need a seat. I did like the amount of weight that was saved with the seats, but this is silly. So I'm not going to do that. There is actually a race seat in here. Now this isn't the seat that it'll have because it's old and manky, and there's only one of them, and I need 2 of them. But for the purposes of mocking something up, yeah, it'll be like race seat, only without all the plastic and the fake wood and carpet and everything. All that's got to come out. Now, one of the things I did notice, which I thought was quite interesting, and you'll say it might not be, you'll be the judge, but one of the things I noticed, and I don't know if it's going to focus, so we'll have a go. Yeah, big hole. And you think, oh, that's weird, what goes there? Well, what actually goes there, not that I can, oh, I'll rip the carpet. It's fractured, look. That's the metal that the seat is bolted into. So the driver's seat wasn't bolted to anything. There's also there's a rigid, ugh. Oh no, it's just a wrapper. Although it hasn't been, that's weird. Look. There's a wrapper here, not been undone, but there's nothing in it. Unless this is all, right. Anyway, yeah, so this bit here, oh my god, there's a lot of wires going under here. Yeah, so the seat was bolted into that, and that's just broken away completely. The one at the back here as well, I don't know if you can see that, possibly not. There were some cracks around here, so that's gone too. So it was only this side that isn't cracked. Carpet's got a date on it, 24th of April 1996. So, yeah. It's a very thick carpet, but yeah, so I noticed that, so that was interesting. What else have we done? Well, the back end is much more stripped. If we're looking in the back, things have got much more race car. Still got some rubber seals and things. I think they'll go back on. But yeah, all the sound deadening and whatnot, that can come out. Yeah, bare metal. Very exciting. It's in good condition. At the back, not the smashed up bit, but at the back here it's in good condition. Yeah, there's obviously a lot of this kind of stuff to get rid of. All the things that make a Xantia a nice, quiet, refined car will have to go. It has had a tow bar at some point because there are horrors down here. Look. Oh dear. Many horrors. So I've got to un-horror all of that. I mean, a lot of this wiring will go anyway because some of it goes into the boot. Obviously all of this stuff here, the boot trim, show you that, the boot trim has been taken out. So yeah, now we've just got, it actually only went sort of there anyway. All of that will be gutted out. This will be lightened significantly. Be a lot of lightening to do on this boot lid, a hell of a lot. And then the back window can come out, that weighs a lot as well, so that can go. But yeah, the interior is well, it's not really there anymore, which is the name of the game. So obviously there'll be a roll cage in here. There's still got lots of trim up here, all the roof lining, door cards, a lot of the dashboard, everything, that's all got to come out. Lots of weight to be saved, but yeah, for the most part it'll just be a roll cage in here. Probably move the battery, any other electrical items that can be moved down behind the seats here will probably go in behind the seats. Don't know about the fuel tank. Don't know whether to keep the one it's got or to go with some kind of fuel cell in the car. Probably keep the one it's got for now, with a view to moving it later. I mean, obviously it's nice to have it in the car, low down where it is, but it's much bigger than it needs to be, so it can carry a lot of extra weight. Other than that, yeah, it's in. It's pretty good. That door still clunks, even though there's no door seal in it. I mean, oh, French cars aren't built very well. Yeah, in order to get ready for some "I told you so" comments, there's also been another development, which everyone is going to, not everyone, but some people are going to go, well, I told you to do that, why don't you listen? You never do any work. I'm going to leave the turbo in it for now. And everyone's going to be like, oh, why are you doing that? You really wanted the V6? Well, yes, I do, but I've had a thought, and which is dangerous, but basically, the conclusion I came to was that at the moment the car has a working engine in it, and I'm trying to change so much of the car. I'm trying to lose loads of weight and make roll cages and make it a race car and get rid. You know, you're getting rid of things like the heater, you're getting rid of things like aircon, you're getting, you know, none of these idiots just doing track cars where they take the back seats out and put a strut brace in. No, this is going. I want all the weight. Any weight that is in front of this axle line, I'm not happy about. I want to move it behind the axle line. I don't know if I'll be able to. I mean, I'm going to, you know, there's quite a few spheres down there, but yeah, I want it all, you know, I want to do it properly. I've got enough to be getting on with. I have an engine in there that works. It's not a nice engine. It's not a fun engine. I should give it a chance, I suppose, in a kind of tuned form, you know, to see if it could be a fun engine, but I don't think it will be. It's not the kind of power I like. I mean, turbo engines are fun. You know, the whooshing and the and all that kind of thing is enjoyable. But I do love a revvy V6. I love a V6, a sonorous engine, one that just revs and revs and revs and, you know, and goes on a track. That's what you want. So I suspect long term the V6 will be the way this car needs to go. But for this year, the plan will be to leave this engine in it and see if I can get it working as a track car before doing the engine conversion. So get all the, you know, any problems with the hydraulics can be sorted out. Get the MOT'd again, because I will have it road legal purely because it's going to be easier to test it if it's road legal. If it's not road legal, it's going to be a pain. So I'll be doing the bare minimum to make it road legal, but it will conform to MOT standards. I won't do any tuning with the engine as such. I'll make the exhaust. The exhaust I want to make is basically going to be kind of like a blown diffuser. So it's going to be like, there's going to be a diffuser at the back which starts kind of where the rear axle is and sweeps up. And the idea with that is that the air that's passing under the car at that point, if you allow it to suddenly have more space, that creates an area of lower pressure, pulls the car down. And I think, basically, yeah, what I'm going to have is I'm going to have the exhaust exit into that diffuser. So the flow of that exhaust will help pull air through, maybe. It should sound pretty cool. So I can do the exhaust. It'll be everything from kind of like roughly where the driver's seat's backwards will be the same as it would be for a V6. And then, is my strut top gone? No, not yet. That's another thing I've got to look at. These on Xantias, they have a habit of going so yeah, yeah, basically for now everything that's going to be on it will be set up so that get it working as a track car, get everything as I want it, get it tested, everything tickety boo, and then in the future engine can come out and I have a V6 ready made to go in. That's the plan, and I can modify that to fit. The only slight fly in that ointment at the moment is that I was going to use the V6 for parts to repair this. And what I'm thinking is, if I'm not actually going to take the engine out, well, it's not even the engine. I've got another engine and I've got the V6 gearbox. I don't need the engine off that Xantia. All I needed was like the injection system and the hardware and everything, the mounting points and everything like that, you know. But if I don't need to go plundering it for parts, part of me thinks, part of me thinks what I should do is try and source a front panel, a wing and a bonnet and a headlight, and just do the bare minimum. Because I mean, I could take the bits off the V6 and say, well, I'm just borrowing them, but we all know what's going to happen there. So I could be taking the bits from the V6 and leaving it sort of partially disassembled, or I could find some parts and not touch the V6, and then if for some reason I drive this and it ends up being a lot of fun with that engine and I think it's not worth it to change it, I don't think it will be. I've driven these with this engine. I don't think I'm going to like the engine, but I'm going to give it a chance. And should the unthinkable happen and I drive it and think, oh, actually no, this is all right, I could work with this, then I've got an unbroken, well, it is broken, but I've got an undismantled V6, and I've got the leather interior from this that can go in it, so I can make myself a Xantia V6 as well, a road car. I mean, I don't need a Xantia V6 as a road car, but only a quick update, nothing really to, no spanners, nothing to do anywhere. I will be filming some work on this car. I mean, at some point, kids can't really help me figure out how the hell that comes off. I think it's just a case of taking off the bottom hose down there, but it's all clipped on because it's not Jubilee clips. I'm not going to put a standard radiator back on it. It will just be that radiator, probably a bolt-on fan fixed onto the radiator, and then an intercooler. The intercooler that's fitted is actually nearly the same size as the radiator. It's quite thin, but it sits between the radiator and the aircon condenser. Of course, the aircon condenser, I can get that gone. So yeah, I'll probably just have the radiator, and then I'll have an intercooler down there, just sit behind the bumper, and then if and when it goes to V6 spec, the intercooler will be ditched. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I've just got to figure out what the hell is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, the ABS. I've got to try and remove the ABS. That's going to be fun. There's a bit of weight there that's got to go, but also a lot of extra pipe work that comes up to the ABS and then goes back down again. So I'm going to have to re-pipe quite a lot of stuff. Might even be easier to see if I can find a Xantia that doesn't have ABS and just have the pipes out of it, but probably not going to happen. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There's the Tractiva. It is moving. The project is progressing, and fingers crossed, by going with this engine for now, this might be hitting a track this year. It might be a bit later in the year, but this could be doing a track day. It might actually be, I mean, it might, probably won't, but you never know. It might be a thing. We might see it. I need to buy some perspex and find out who sells a roll cage for Citroen Xantias, because I dug out an old Max Power and they don't list one.